While I was carrying out a mission for a top-secret agency, my mom called and told me to come home for a blind date. Son, I set you up on a blind date. But because of my classified identity, the date had to take place in first class. Before I left, my superior specifically told the airline to keep my identity confidential. I boarded at the agreed time, found my seat, and was about to sit down when someone suddenly shoved me hard from behind. Before I could react, the guy arrogantly pulled out a thick stack of cash. "I want this seat. Take the money and get lost." When I didn't respond, he thought I was scared and charged at me with his fist raised. "Stop." Just in time, an angry shout came from behind me. A stunning young woman hurried over, surrounded by a group of bodyguards. "Qin Shusheng, you're my personal assistant. How can you just start fighting people in public? You're Liu Ruyan?" I carefully looked over the woman in front of me. I had to admit my mom had good taste. Her business suit perfectly showed off her figure. The only flaw was how coldly she looked at me. "Miss Liu, it's nice to meet you. Please allow me to introduce myself. My last name is B, my first name is Yun Tao, and I'm from the capital. Don't bother." Before I could finish, Liu Ruyan impatiently raised her hand and cut me off. "We've met. We're not a good match. Get off the plane." For a second, I thought I'd misheard her. It took several levels of approval just to get half a day off. We'd barely met, and before I could even finish introducing myself, she told me to leave. She was clearly treating me like an idiot. The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. "You're Liu Ruyan, the woman my mom arranged for me to meet, right? You won't even let me finish speaking before sending me away. Isn't that a little rude?" Liu Ruyan immediately scoffed after hearing that. "Rude? Go look at yourself in a mirror. Do you really think you're good enough for me?" As she spoke, she looked me up and down from the corner of her eye. I don't know what my dad was thinking, making me marry a loser like you. The entire cabin erupted after she said that. "What? This guy is actually President Liu's fiancé? A country bumpkin like him thinks he can marry someone way out of his league? President Liu is a goddess. I, Long Aochian, am the first to oppose this marriage." As the chatter around me grew louder, I was completely confused. When did I ever say I wanted to marry her? Even if I did, I'd still need approval from my superiors. Fine, I'm a loser and you're a rich princess. Happy now? Since President Liu isn't interested, I'll leave. But this first-class seat was reserved in advance by my superior through the airline. No matter how much you offer, you aren't qualified to sit here. The moment I finished speaking, Assistant Qin stepped forward. "You little punk, you're still trying to act tough in front of President Liu? Even this airline belongs to the Liu family. Who are you to refuse to give up your seat?" Seeing that, I finally understood what a desperate simp really looked like. "Assistant Qin, I only want to sit in my own seat. What does it matter to me who owns the plane?" The moment I finished speaking, Liu Ruyan became annoyed and immediately pulled out her phone. "It's just a first-class ticket. I'll pay 10 times the price. Here's 100 grand. Now disappear and don't let me see you again." I curled my lips into a faint smile. Since President Liu is being so generous, I guess I'll reluctantly accept it. Just as I turned around, Assistant Qin suddenly shouted at me, "You little punk, stop right there." I stopped and slowly turned around. "What? Did you change your mind, Assistant Qin?" Qin Shusheng gave me a sinister smile and whispered something into Liu Ruyan's ear. The next second, the woman known as Jin Hai's youngest billionaire flew into a rage. "Bai, how dare you lay a hand on my man?" From Qin Shusheng's expression, I could tell he'd said plenty of terrible things about me. I had to admit, using her to do his dirty work was a flawless move. Based on Liu Ruyan's first impression of me, I knew explaining would be pointless, so I didn't bother wasting my breath. Whether I touched him or not doesn't matter anymore. Just tell me what you want. Liu Ruyan clearly hadn't expected me to sound so confident, and surprise flashed in her eyes. What else? Apologize, of course? I raised an eyebrow, a faint smile on my lips. An apology isn't happening. Why don't you come up with another solution? 1 million! As President Liu's personal assistant, I handle deals worth tens of millions every day. You shoved me, and now I feel physically unwell. You have to take responsibility. After hearing Assistant Qin's demand, everyone watching gasped. Even Liu Ruyan looked surprised. Assistant Qin, isn't 1 million a little too much? Even a full medical exam wouldn't cost that much. Qin Shusheng immediately waved his hand. No, President Liu. You're not seeing the whole picture. I'm your personal assistant, and I was attacked on our own plane. It isn't only my reputation that was damaged. Asking for just 1 million is already showing him mercy. Liu Ruyan thought about it for a moment, decided it made some sense, and gently nodded. Fine, 1 million it is, I'll pay. Without giving them any time to think, I immediately agreed. Everyone on the plane turned to look at me. Some thought I was pretending to be rich, others thought I was secretly powerful, and the rest were enjoying the drama. But none of their opinions mattered to me. What mattered was that someone had tried to take my seat. Even though she offered more than 10 times the price, her attitude really pissed me off. Now that we've settled the shoving issue, shouldn't we discuss the seat? My travel plans were officially registered with the airline. Do you think just anyone can sit there? The moment I finished, the surrounding passengers burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, is this guy brain dead? He needs official clearance just to fly first class? The entire airline belongs to the Liu family. Who could he possibly have registered it with? I coldly scanned the cabin and slowly spoke. Everyone, don't you all think the Liu family is powerful enough to buy an entire airline? Then tell me, can President Liu ground this plane? She can't, but I can. Quit talking out of your ass. Do you know how much paperwork it takes to ground a plane? Only high-ranking officials in the capital could do that. Who the hell do you think you are? Qin Shusheng became more agitated as he spoke, his face turning bright red. You little punk, after all that talking, are you trying to get out of paying? Don't say I didn't warn you. If you can't produce that 1 million, you won't leave this plane alive. In less than an hour, someone had threatened me twice. Since joining the agency, this was something I never would have imagined, even in my dreams. I stopped wasting time and pulled out my phone in front of everyone. Hello, sir, it's Yuntao. Why are you calling me now? Did you meet her? Are you satisfied? Sir, the blind date is a long story. I have an urgent situation to report. Someone is trying to buy my seat. What did you say? That's a restricted seat that isn't available to the public. Are you sure you're not joking? Sir, I would never joke about something like this. The man trying to take my seat also claims I shoved him. He wants 1 million in compensation and says I can't leave the plane unless I pay. I briefly explained what had happened, and my superior became so angry that he smashed his cup. Who is it? Just as I was about to answer, Qin Shusheng snatched the phone from me. Hello? You're the backup this kid called, right? I want to see 1 million before the plane lands, or you can come collect his body. My superior probably never imagined that, after living for so many years, someone would dare speak to him like that. He went silent for several seconds. You're the one who stole Yuntao's seat, then demanded that he pay you? Cut the crap. Are you paying or not? Even through the phone, I could feel my superior's rage. Is 1 million too little? How about I give you 100 million instead? Just wait. I'll have someone bring the money over right now. Qin Shusheng hadn't expected my superior to have such a short temper, and immediately fired back. Old man, quit talking big. 100 million? If you dare pay it, I'll dare take it. Bring it in cash if you've got the guts. After hanging up, Qin Shusheng looked at me smugly. Seeing him act like that, I couldn't hold it in and burst out laughing. Miss Liu, you really hired yourself one hell of an assistant.